ZTP Magazine World Premiere.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
ZTPmagazine.com brings you a superhero? Not that Ant-Man, this Ant-Man.
Hey, what's going on? It's Antman from ZTP Mag.
And this is Antman Verses.
Yeah, what's going on, guys?
I'm a rockin' and I'm a rollin'.
Antman Verses
It's all about giving you the story the right way. Up close and personal, bringing you all the information about his music familia.
Antman Verses
Not only gives you insight on the artist, but the life and the strive to become the artist they become.
Antman Verses.
What's going on, Music Familia? It's another glorious week here, Antman Verses. What's going on, Siobhan? How's it going?
Not too bad, not too bad.
Good to have you hanging out here with us. Brand new Thursday. So we got some new tricks, new treats, some new toys this week. I think we did some advancing, if you will. And we're going to talk a little bit about that. What do you got for us tonight?
I got a few stories from round and about. I think everybody's going to enjoy them. At least get a laugh out of a couple of them.
How you been?
I've been doing good.
Yeah.
Tired.
Living the
but-
dream yet?
Oh, always.
So, if you guys haven't had a chance to, man, you guys are checking out Antman Verses live right here on my YouTube channel. You guys can head over antmanvs.com, as you guys can see along the bottom of the screen right here, and you guys can join the action right there. All of the YouTube, social media, and everything that I have to offer you is right there on my website in the top right-hand corner. So make sure you go ahead, you get a hold of that stuff. But if you are part of everything, then you know that I'm a huge supporter of local businesses and local people.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, we need to keep in mind that local is where it's at, and that's what we're trying to do. So we bring you every week. We try to cover on Tuesdays, we try to cover the last weekend stuff. And then on Thursdays, we try to cover what we're getting into, you know, coming into the weekend.
Right.
So, but, so as a second mic sitting here hanging out for the last, you know, couple shows, what's your take so far?
It's a good time.
A little different, right?
It's definitely different than anything I can think of that I hear around.
I think that, you know, the closest thing to what we're doing right now would probably be the Lincoln County Metalheads and their podcast.
Yeah.
And if you haven't had a chance to check out their podcast, Monty and my man Roy, they have an interesting,
guys.
Yeah, man. Like, it's an interesting setup the way they have it. It's not quite like mine, and it's not quite like yours. It's theirs.
Exactly.
They definitely own that shit. So definitely hats off to you guys, Lincoln County Metalheads. If you guys are in the area tonight, you guys know about Rock at the Villa this evening. I think you guys are pretty familiar with the. Wow, and
technical difficulties.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Sorry about that.
I have no idea what happened there. But, so, basically, if you guys are part of the show, then you guys know that tonight at the El Rosa Villa is Rock the Villa. That's going to be one hell of a show tonight at the El Rosa Villa. And if you guys are going to be out there, we're going to be out there live after the show. That show ends at 10. We're going to be heading straight over to the El Rosa Villa. So you'll have to head off early so you can powder your nose. I know how you are.
Yeah.
So, but so I want to give a shout out to everybody that's in the room hanging out with us. Thank you guys for tuning in real quick to the Antman Verses all the way up till. Hopefully you guys stay till 10 o'clock. Hopefully we provide something interesting for them. You know, we got Juice Bag Criminals coming up.
Those stuck at work until they get to the Rock at the Villa.
Yeah, you know.
Help them out, get through that last few minutes of work.
Right, exactly. So in the meantime, man, go ahead, subscribe onto our YouTube channel. Go ahead, share this YouTube channel so that you can get more subscribers. Our goal is to hit 100 subscribers so that we can change the YouTube name, because right now it's obscenely long as hell.
Yes, it's not very easy to find us with that.
See, and that's the YouTube
Yeah, it's
URL.
ridiculous. There's
it's
nothing
like
unique about it.
UCWT9 something dash whatever.
Generic.
Yeah. So if you guys want to be part of the action, man, that would be great. Join the chat room. We'll see what's going on. We're going to get into some new music, though, like we always do every week. Opening up the show, though, something new. I threw in just some music there to open up the show, you know, because the titles are rolling. Gives us a minute to get everything together. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. That was Gudger and Succubus. So I had to throw that in there for you guys. So we're going to get something for you guys. Now, I know you guys are going to the show and you guys have your favorite bands, but one of the bands that's performing tonight at the El Rosa Villa, Dread Engine, is a very awesome band. And I have a awesome song called Coward that I want to play for you guys. They're off of their new album. You know, really truthfully, man, these guys are crazy. Like, Siobhan, you had a chance to go check them out, right?
They're amazing. I love them. And Sam is one hell of a front man.
You know, and they bring harmonics, guitar, drums,
It's
and
amazing.
vocals all
It's-
together.
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. And the electronics that go into it are just phenomenal. And the energy that they all have, they move around so much on that stage. I watched them get one of them got their hair tangled in another's guitar keys that night at the show because they were going so hardcore and the stage was so packed with them.
Yep. And so I'm talking to Corey in the Facebook room, and she's having trouble finding the channel. Really, click on the link. I want you to go. If you're looking at Facebook, look at the long ass link. It's bright. You just click on it. Goes right to YouTube, and then you scroll down the page and go to live now, and you click on it, and boom, it works. Instantly. I just did it myself. Here you go. Boom. Bing, page, scroll down. Live now. Right there. There's 3 people watching. Shout out to the 3 people that are watching. So thank you.
And the 80 subscribers that we have.
Yes, and the 86 subscribers that we have, man. That is so freaking awesome, man. And I have to say that I've had a chance to meet all 86 of you, and it means a lot. So thank you guys so much for what you do. It really means a lot. Sponsors, ztpmagazine.com. Shout out to you guys. Raw, Beautiful, Bold, ztpmagazine.com. Columbus Botanical Depot, my man Joe, 614-407-4420, cbdhemphealth.com. If you guys don't know the address, it's 14 West Pacemont Road, Columbus, Ohio, 43202. Give him a call. Let him know Antman sent you. My man Ryan Woods of Raw Designs, Designs by Raw. Now that's Designs with a Z by Raw.com. Ryan Woods, 614-425-7901. He keeps us looking sexy, I think.
Oh, yeah.
The logos are
Easily.
nice. We have some new things going on. We have some embroidery work possibly being done. S7 Studios is handling our media passes right now.
Which look phenomenal.
Which look badass. And then the embroidery work, I think we're really just lucky.
Oh, yeah.
To be able to come across, and what's funny about it is that they've all been here, the whole time. You know what I mean? All these local businesses have been here right under our noses the whole time. So, but also, man, I want to take a time, before we get into Coward from Dread Engine, I want to tell you guys, shout out to a man we lost yesterday, Chris Cornell from Soundgarden. I had a chance to meet the front man in Grand Rapids, Michigan, in the Soundgarden tour. And, dude, it goes to show you never know how many skeletons one person has in their closet.
It's true.
So, I don't know. With that said, we're going to grab this right here. Coward, brand new stuff. Dread Engine. Let's go. I love it. I love it. Good stuff right there from
Oh, yeah.
Sam and the boys from Dread Engine. You know, I don't know what it is I like more about those guys. The personalities, the angry gingerness in Sam,
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
or the unity they have as a team on stage.
Yeah, they vibe together as a band a lot better than many of the bands that I've seen play, and I've seen quite a few over the years.
I think we all have, you know, and the thing is that you have to have a dynamic. You cannot half-ass when you have that many people in a band.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because you only have so much space, stage space. And like you said before the break, before we went into that musical song, like you seen how hardcore that song is. So imagine them jumping around, and there's 5 of them.
Yeah.
So, you know, most stages are only built for 3, 4.
If you're lucky.
You know, and then so you throw some equipment, you throw a keyboard stand in there, you throw mic cords, you throw guitars and amps cords, dude. Like it's
Doesn't leave much space for people.
Right. It's a mission for a sprained ankle to happen, like or a broken foot,
hair and
like
keys.
or hair and keys. I mean, you know, like there you go, prime example. So I don't know. During the break there, you had a chance to see some of the things that we've changed up on. And I'm sorry for the technical difficulty in the beginning there. Some stuff happened, but we got those files back, so we were able to get those shows put in before the end of Coward there. So you had a chance to see some of the promotional things that we do during the day and what we try to do during each show. So like I said, we talk about, on Tuesdays, we talk about last week's show or last weekend's events, and then on Thursdays, we talk about the coming in, too. Well, we have Rock on the Range this weekend. And before we went into Coward, we were talking about Chris Cornell's death from Soundgarden. And, you know, Soundgarden was supposed to headline this weekend. And as a matter of fact, tomorrow night at Rock on the Range. And Soundgarden has not commented on if they're going to play.
Of course not.
But of course not. I mean, I don't think they're gonna. Like,
Right.
and for fans,
how...
some fans are really pissed. Like, there's people that are just like, but
See-
I don't think those are the loyal fans.
Right. If you're really a fan, you're more concerned about the loss of such a great artist than you are about, oh, damn, I don't get to see Soundgarden at Rock on the Range.
Right.
I mean, really.
You know, Metallica's gonna be there too.
I'm probably going to get so much shit for this, but I am so over Metallica.
I was over Metallica with Mandatory Mondays.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Because it's the same Mandatory
Same
Monday
fucking
over,
song
and I feel like
over
I'm
and
in
over.
the Groundhog movie with Bill Murray. On Mandatory Mondays with Metallica, I feel like I'm in that category. I feel like it's like you wake up with that alarm and you're like, meep, 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 and you're like, oh my God, it's a nightmare. And then you hear the voice, and you know what voice I'm talking about. And you love to hear that voice, but you hate to hear the follow-up words because you know how the follow-up words are going to go.
Exactly.
And when you get into the follow-up words, it's almost like after 6 months, verbatim, you can say them.
And it's not that voice's fault.
No, absolutely
means.
not. No. And if it was up to the voice would make a change.
That shit pronto.
Fuck yeah. Like, boom, gone. Like, right to the face. Oh, man. But if she ever does happen to ever listen to this, I hope she is proud. She is a huge mentor.
Amazing.
If it wasn't for her, I don't think she realizes it. And there's only a couple other people that I can say this about, but definitely, if it wasn't for them, there might not be an Ant-Man. So, like, I definitely, you know, hats off without my headphones off to, you know, that person and everybody else that's had a hand in it. And to you, the Music Familia, thank you guys so much for being a part of it, man. I don't know where we would be if it wasn't for you guys, you know?
Right.
And so it sounds like we're not going to have, you know, with the Rock on the Range and so many other shows, Stone Sour is tonight. So a lot of people are going to tune into the podcast probably after the show.
I would say so.
Like
We've
after,
had a
like,
steady 3 the whole time now.
Right. So
which all four you stay.
Hey,
three.
you know what, man? Like,
the loyal
the
three.
the Stone Sour show is more important than me. Like, I'm just saying.
I get it.
So, I mean, like, you can catch up on me anytime, man. So, no skin off the ant, man.
Stone Sour is only from this time to this time. We're anytime.
Right,
So
exactly.
I get it.
Yep. So, and the best part about it is if you miss a show, you can always come back to YouTube and be part of it. And if you can't make it on YouTube, you can go to the SoundCloud. If you guys, all my SoundCloud Music Familia, thank you guys so much, man. You guys are awesome, dude. I got like 300 of you, like, on SoundCloud that listen to me every week.
Oh, yeah.
So I get, like,
Much love.
So I get shared all over the world, and I've been fortunate enough to touch 4 corners of the world. So our podcast, Siobhan's voice and my voice, and the Music Familia, Dread Engine, and Grindhouse, and 8 Pound Pressure, everybody that I've played on the show, and everybody that's been on the show thus far has been heard in 4 different countries. I mean,
pretty cool.
So that's freaking awesome. Like, from our studio, from where we're at here in little Columbus, Ohio, I mean, that's pretty awesome.
It's yeah.
And the best part is that we were heard in 4 countries, and it doesn't have to do with terrorism. All right, guys.
No comment.
All right, guys. I'm gonna jump right back here. We're gonna pay some bills with some ZTB Mag promotions. Shout out to ZTB Mag, boys and girls, Jeremy, Greg, Ashley, and Brian, and all the boys and girls. Raw, beautiful, bold. Love you guys over there. From local to national, ZTPMag.com delivers it all. Raw, beautiful, and bold. Go to ZTPMag.com today. Check out info on some of your favorite music, tech, food, and rides.
ZTP Mag has it all. I mean, seriously, where else am I going to get that kind of info? Plus, it's all free at the touch of a finger on all my devices. It's like the people working for the mag understand what their viewers want and the importance of involving them.
You heard the lady.
Get over to ZTPMag.com.
Wow. My neck hurts.
It's like melt your face off music.
Somebody told me that I didn't know what metal was, so I had to prove them wrong. So when they come back to look at this podcast, they're going to be like, damn, my neck hurts like hell. That's Catalyst right there with Slave to a Dying Queen. I think it's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. Speaking of pretty awesome, so we have some birthdays today. I want to give a shout out real quick to my man, Scott Gearhart, man, 49 years old today. Happy birthday, my dog. Hopefully you're doing everything that you want to do and nothing that you have to.
Use Uber.
Kelly Anderson Coons, happy birthday to you, girl. Thank you so much for all your support. It really means a lot. Hopefully all is well. Be safe tonight. So, Siobhan, you are filling in the news chair quite well, I have to say, in the last
thank
few
you.
weeks. So thank you for bringing in your side and wanting to be a part of it. So you got another interesting story for us this evening.
I do. So some adults started a brawl at a high school graduation over, get this, saved seats.
Saved seats, like as in
Like,
reserve
as in
seating?
I saved this seat, you can't take it.
That old-fashioned, hey, I left my purse
Like,
there?
let me act like I'm 5 and I'm saving my seat for my bestie. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So Tennessee high school graduation has gone viral because of the misbehavior of adults. A brawl broke out amongst two groups of people, complete with punching, shoving, pulling hair, everything. After an argument over saved seats. The argument broke out just before our Arlington High School graduation procession. The brawl continued as the teens marched in for the celebration, passing right by the pew where the women were fighting. People in the crowd recorded the brawl on cell phones, posting the video to social media. In a statement, Arlington Community Schools said it was unfortunate that a couple of adults in the audience exhibited the behavior they did prior to the ceremony beginning and thus has caused a distraction from the celebration of our students' accomplishments. The school says the actual ceremony wasn't affected by the fight and security removed the adults involved. Local police officers say they weren't called and no one has filed a report. But really? Really?
That's cheesy as hell.
Rowdy. And look, there was a video that unfortunately we don't have the technology yet to share with everyone. But this lady was literally punching the other lady in her head.
Wrap that
Like,
weave up and smack the shit out of her.
She grabbed her up by the hair with one hand. A total, like, high school street brawl. Yeah. Really, guys?
Never a dull moment. I can't wait until we get to go to PTO meetings. I'm excited about. I'm gonna be that dad. Then when we're gonna go to the PTO meeting, I'm gonna be that dad that sends the wife first. Like, all right, look, she's gonna get there. My wife's gonna get there. My wife's gonna say, look, all right, here's the deal. We can do this one of two ways. One, we can resolve this peacefully, me and you, or two, I'm going to have to go home and I'm going to have to get my husband. And if me and my husband come down here, it's going to be that old adage of, don't make me go home and get my husband. Like, because, I mean, for real, though, like PTO meetings, like school meetings, education, teachers like to overstep their bounds. So I'm curious how far that's going to go. You know, I'm excited about that first boyfriend that decides to contact my daughter. It's going to be great.
You're that dad.
Other things that I'm excited about are Rock at the Villa tonight, man. My boys,
yeah.
Dread Engine, Ultimate Ozzy, This Divine Tragedy, Sever It All, Cryptic, Zero King, and That Ship Has Sailed are all going to be there. The show started at 5:30. I had to be here at 8, and I couldn't justify being two places at once because there's only one of me, and I'm not that big to begin with. So I am going after the podcast. Hopefully you guys are going to be out there too, man. If you guys haven't already got your tickets, it's $10 in advance. If you haven't already got your tickets, it's going to be $15 at the door. And tickets are available at Eventbrite still. So if you want to run over to print those off, save yourself some money. I bet you can probably print them off Eventbrite a lot cheaper. So it'd be a good opportunity for you to grab a deal on that. So, but what else? What else in the music scene has been going on, man? We have Rock on a Range going on this weekend. We got our man Chris Cornell. So depressing. Have you guys had a chance to see the news yet about the Chris Cornell and all that? So basically, Chris Cornell, from the front man from Soundgarden, has passed away. They say that it is rumored to be suicide, as the Detroit autopsy has shown.
And even further by hanging.
Yeah. The big thing, it's documented that he's struggled with drugs and alcohol.
Right.
So that's no stranger to any of that. But I saw a news report earlier today, and it hits me pretty hard because I was a child of this era, and when I saw this dude's news report, his response to Chris Cornell passing, his response was, "That's the soundtrack of our lives. If you're from that generation, that's the soundtrack of your life."
Right.
And so, I mean, it's a signature that not everything lasts forever, And I think it's really sad that everybody's jumping to conclusions and everybody's jumping to, I don't know, essential, I don't know, conclusions or statements. I've seen a lot of people that are upset. You see his, hers, and the truth all the time. Okay.
Oh yeah.
So when you sit back and you think about it, and you think about Chris Cornell and you think about the band, you think about some of the music that in the beginning of the 1980s, Cornell started putting out. He was a vivid frontman, for he's a grunge pioneer, Soundgarden, Audio Slave. He had an awesome solo career independently. Aside from that,
Yeah, I did.
1989, he come out with a Loud Love. 1990, he had Hunger Strike. 1991 was Rusty Cage. Now, Rusty Cage, the opening song from Soundgarden's breakout album, Bad Motor Finger, shows Mr. Cornell in a slightly more lax mode. Over earthly heavy metal riffs, he sings with seductive edge. He's quoted, "You wired me awake and hit me with a hand of broken nails." And that's straight out one of the songs. Outshined, I apologize. Outshined, 1991. It's perhaps the first transcendent Soundgarden song and one of the breakout moments for grunge. Outshined is crisp and elegant hard rock and showcased Mr. Cornell at his most flexible, turning a brute force arrangement into a source of dirty blues. So, 1994 was Black Hole Sun, of course. Ty Cobb was 1996. Burden in My Hand, 96 as well. Both of those songs went into the top 10, by the way, of the charts that year. 2002, I Am the Highway. That song, one of the softest touches on my heart being a kid. With what I had going on in my life, it was a year before I graduated high school. Right about that whole time when you have high school feelings and all that transitional shit that you go through from teenager to adult. And this is among one of the softer of the singles and the first album Mr. Cornell recorded as the frontman for Audio Slave. He formed with the members of Rage Against the Machine, and yet it is one of Mr. Cornell's most harrowing vocal performances, full of rank desperation and insistent defiance. One of his lines out of that song is, "I'm not your rolling wheels, I am the highway. I'm not your carpet ride, I am the sky." 2009, Ground Zero. This was off of his third solo album. He teamed up with Timbaland, which was a bizarre matching, if you would say so. But at that time, in 2009, Timbaland was working with everybody at that time.
That's true, he was.
And you guys know Timbaland from Justin Timberlake and Missy Elliott and the hip hop community, and so you would know him from a lot of work that he's done. You'd be amazed at the things that man's touched, and you don't even know because the credits are scrolling so fast you don't get to see his name. But that's off his third solo album, and off these, Ground Zero was among the least perplexing. Timbaland provided high-energy stutter disco, and Mr. Cornell eased into his role as a funk rock crooner. So that's That's basically the top 10 songs out of his career. Those are considered the top 10 essential Chris Cornell songs of all time. I can't imagine. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
says it all. But, well, you guys, hey.
Yeah, Monty's in the chat
Monty.
room, by the way.
What's going on, Monty, man? Hey, guys, I checked out your podcast. Great job, fellas, by the way. We love you guys. Nice job.
Yes.
And Soundgarden was more metal than grunge, I thought. They was more Sabbath than Nirvana. Yeah, you know, I'll side with that, bro. I'll side with that. I will. So, what I'm going to do right now, I got something special for you guys. This is a little off the beaten path. This is from my boys, Spalding, Carter, and Arnold. Now, these three guys make up the brand new band. You know, basically, that is the name of the band. And the album is Metal Man. And I had Dean in here. I don't think I've had him here since I had the new studio put together. I think he was in the old space. I think he came. Yeah, I think he did. He came to the old space. So it's been a while, but these guys put this new album out, and it's called Metal Man. This is one of their new songs, and it's gonna be called actually, we're gonna do Resolve. This is gonna be Resolve right here off of Metal Man album. Here you go.
See through distorted lenses of memory, free unsupported traces of treachery, expecting nothing, forward moving, so it goes. Lingering in the background, the scarred long-term reverie, bell jar and cage bird break the glass menagerie, sharpening the foreground, avoiding camaraderie, afar and unheard, unsatisfactory, raising yourself from below. Let it go.
There you go. Some Resolve right there. Brand new stuff right there off the Metal Man album. My boys. Spalding, Carter, and Arnold. Those three guys are awesome. My man Dean, what you don't know about my man Dean Arnold is that he's a sculptor as well.
Really?
And he's the one that carved that pumpkin that was in the refrigerator.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So he works with my man Ray Villafane, and you haven't had a chance to meet Ray yet. But if you guys have an opportunity, man, to check out something new, you guys can go to, I believe it's villafanestudios.com. And once you go to villafanestudios.com, it brings up my old art teacher's website. And this man is
That's pretty cool.
fucking incredible. He's worked for Marvel. He's worked for all kinds of people all over the world. World-renowned pumpkin carving.
It's pretty
So,
badass. Y'all should check it out.
You guys need to go over. We'll put this in the
We'll put the name of the studio or name of the company so that you can find it, because obviously, as we found out on Tuesday, we cannot put any form of a web address into the chat,
yeah.
which is just ridiculous, by the way.
But I can do that. So there you go.
So, haha.
So I got my way around it. So we can do that. So there you go. villafanestudios.com. Make sure you guys head over there. Show us some love, man. I'm just telling you. Food Network, Ripley's Believe It or Not, Guinness Book of World Records, all of it. villafanestudios.com. Siobhan, you have an interesting story
I do.
about one of our favorite shows.
Yeah, so I'm assuming at least some of y'all watch Deadliest Catch. Well, and it just so happens
Religiously,
he's
actually.
actually one of my favorites, which is so unfortunate after reading this. Like, it kind of makes me sad a little bit, but
Hit me with it.
so Deadliest Catch star Sig Hansen is arrested after a dispute with an Uber driver.
An Uber driver?
Yes, an Uber driver. So Sig Hansen was arrested Thursday morning after he allegedly kicked an Uber driver's door and reportedly spit at him. Mark Jameson with the Seattle Police Department says the incident occurred in Seattle's Ballard neighborhood around 2 a.m. The Uber driver picked up the two men and women who had been in Ballard to celebrate Norwegian Constitution Day. They wanted to go to Shoreline, but the ride was canceled in the Uber app, which meant the driver wouldn't get paid. So he asked them to use the app again to request a ride, according to the police report. Instead, he was offered cash, which Uber doesn't allow them to accept cash for safety. So the passengers got out. The driver later told police that Hansen kicked a dent in his car and spit at him. Officers went to Hansen's Shoreline home early Thursday morning. The police report describes Hansen as intoxicated and said that he denied any altercation. I got my family home. We're safe and sound. That's it. Police report quotes Hansen as saying. Sounds like him.
Yeah, right. Get the fuck out of my face.
When asked about the altercation, Hansen said, "Nope. So no is no. That means we're done." Then he clapped his hands and tried to return to the house. Police tried to keep him from going in, and after brief resistance, he allowed him to
Let me have a
himself
cigarette.
to be cuffed.
Let me have a cigarette.
Right. And then he later apologized for not stopping when they told him to. He told the police that his son-in-law had offered the driver $100 and that he thought that the driver was stupid for not accepting the money. Before he left with the police, a family member took his watch, which he claimed was worth $4,600. He was booked into jail for investigation of assault and property destruction, and the bail was set for sorry about that. My allergies. $2,000. He's the captain of the Seattle-built and based fishing vessel, the Northwestern. And this is the part that made me a little sad. So the county prosecutors there recently decided not to pursue a criminal charge against him over claims that he molested his toddler daughter years ago. And his daughter is estranged from him and pursuing a civil lawsuit against him.
What?
So that's a bit shocking.
I'm just caught up on the episode where the one dude was asking for hand in marriage.
Right.
So this must not have made the
this
news
either
before.
didn't make it yet, or I don't know. But yeah,
Wow.
that kind of made me a little sad. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, talk about depressing as shit.
Right.
Ugh. So what are you guys doing this weekend? Are you guys going to rock on the range? I hope so, because if not, then I don't know what else you're going to do, because everybody's going to be there. There's going to be a lot of other live music, though, other places.
Oh yeah.
So you guys want
Always
to make
is.
sure, you guys want to make sure you guys stay tuned for all that stuff. But, so tonight, if you guys aren't doing anything, head over to Rock at the Villa and support the Rock Outlaws in their massive tailgate party that they got going on over there. It's going to be freaking awesome. We're heading over there after the show. Check that
We'll
out.
see you there.
Yep. So, have you guys seen the lineup for Rock on the Range yet? And have you seen the ticket prices at all?
I have seen the lineup, and I've said it before, and I'll say it again. The pricing structure, it's a bit steep.
If you've been to Rock on the Range before,
For what it is, it's a
then
bit
you've already seen all the bands that are there.
pretty much.
And if you're a steady concert goer, then you've already seen them somewhere else. You're just paying to see them
at Rock on the Range.
in separate stages, different times. You know, I support people going to Rock on the Range, and I have nothing against Rock on the Range. What I have against Rock on the Range is the corporateness in the Rock
Yeah.
on the Range. Okay, it's kind of gotten away from the big picture of what we're trying to do with music and what you know, and it's just about the dollar now. And
It is.
and I think some of the most loyal fans are the fans that really truthfully can't afford to go to the shows,
Like myself.
myself included as well. And
First year I
or,
haven't been.
or those that are too disabled to go because they can't handle.
Also, like
you know,
myself.
yeah.
And yourself.
Mhm,
Yeah. Yeah, and they haven't exactly kept it handy friendly either. Like,
For the last 3 years, reportedly. Now, this is according to one of the polls that I posted on social media way back, but because that was when Facebook was allowing you to create your own polls and do
oh,
that.
I
thing.
remember those
Okay,
days.
so I created a poll and I asked, my music familia what they thought, and a lot of them had the same feedback as me. Ironically, I was surprised at how many people felt the same way, that, yes, it's overpriced. Because I could go see this band for this amount this year at this other show, and it'd be a lot cheaper than it would be waiting for them to come to Rock on the Range. And the only reason why it's more expensive, let's be honest, is because of Montfrey Stadium.
Oh, yeah.
And because of the name change and because of everything else.
Yeah.
They went ahead and they changed the whole wristband
Everything
setup,
is
everything.
different.
Yeah. And by the way, boys and girls, there was one point when you were at Rock on the Range. The last 3 years consecutively in a row, I've been told. I've only went 1 year, and that was last year, and I had a really pretty shitty experience. So I'm really kind of disappointed, and I'll probably never go again, because of that one experience. But it's pretty bad, But I mean, when you have that kind of a serious experience, it's kind of like F that, Like I don't wanna. I'm good.
Yeah.
So, but the last 3 years in a row, I've heard that the handicap risers, because they have handicap sections, for the last 3 years, they've driven them further and further back.
They have.
And so, a lot of the concert goers are disabled in wheelchairs, power scooters, this, that, so forth. Let's be truthful, folks. The walk is not generous, not good to you. If you have to, if you're going in late in the afternoon, your ass is walking. So, I mean, it's plan out your routes, plan out your day. If you've already got your tickets, be ready to play.
Right.
So, I mean, that's really it. Just don't be that drunk dude that we took pictures with last year.
Oh, man.
Hopefully that dude recovered.
And that's a really good point. If you are going to Rock on the Range this weekend, just be smart.
Just
about,
Uber.
Be smart about all of it. If you're gonna drink, get a ride home.
Be
if
hydrated.
you're gonna drink, make sure you alternate with water and wear sunscreen. It's gonna be like 85 degrees. Yeah, it's gonna be raining, but it's still, trust me, from a girl who's been every year except for this year, you're gonna want sunscreen and water. They'll be your best friends, especially if you're drinking.
And if you're drinking, go ahead, head over to coldcockwhiskey.com /store to grab your cold cock on the way to the show.
Oh yeah.
Sneak that shit in the show.
luck
Find a
with
way.
that.
I don't know. Hey, you know what? I found somebody. I was talking to somebody who's
Those bras with the
Yep.
things in them.
and the sun. Remember last year the suntan container that the girl twisted the cap
I
off
don't
and
think
just.
that'll work
No.
this year though.
I don't know either.
With
yeah.
all the changes they've
Yeah.
made, you're gonna have to really step up your game if you're trying to smuggle things into the show this year, guys.
If you guys have a chance, if you guys can't make it to Rock on the Range this weekend, if you don't have that kind of money, then I got some other shows for you. How about Heroes Like Villains at Donato's Basement? That's going on the 19th. And 2084 North High Street. Go ahead, check those guys out, man. Those guys are really awesome. Great group of guys, man. I love those guys over there. Let's see what else we got. If you guys are around, then you guys can go over and see TFTS at the Underground. You guys can go check those guys out. And then Falls the Sky, for those of you guys who don't know, man. Go over and find those guys right now. thenfallsthesky.com. Awesome group of guys, man. I love those guys. If you guys bump into them, let them know Antman sent you. Who knows, they might autograph something for you. Conversion Delay, my boys. Wake the Trees. And Nick Wilkinson. All you guys, man. The Shrunken Head going on tomorrow night, 8 o'clock. 251 West 5th Avenue, Columbus, Ohio. Much love to you guys over there, man. We got some upcoming birthdays. Like I said, Kelly Anderson Coons, her birthday's today. My man Scott Gearhart turns 49. My man Derek Vossler of Admiralty is turning 27 tomorrow. So happy birthday, Derek.
Happy birthday.
Our sponsors, ZTPmagazine.com. Thank you so much. Raw, Beautiful, Bold. ZTPmagazine.com has all your everything, basically. Jeremy has done a significant amount of work to change that website and get all the bugs and cleaned up. So you'll see some new content over there real quick. Head over also to Columbus Botanical Depot, man. My man Joe, CBDHempHealth.com for all your CBD needs. And, what else? Designs by Raw. My man Ryan Woods, 614-425-7901, designsbyraw.com. My man makes me look sexy. And, let's see. We're going to talk about our monogram company as well coming up in a little bit. We got Douchebag Criminals coming up in the 9 o'clock hour. Going to get you some new music right now. I think I'm going to dig into something a little special. This is from the band called The Shift. And this is called Cobra.
It's just another day gone by. Maybe days are made up in your head.
that was The Shift with Cobra. Some new stuff right there. What do you think about that, Siobhan?
I liked it.
A little different, right?
It is, but it's I like it. Yeah.
Innovative.
Different is good.
Innovatively different. Speaking of innovatively different, if you guys haven't heard the news, Siobhan's got this awesome sweet tart story. Well, I wouldn't say awesome.
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily
For the person who
call it
happens to get these, it might really suck.
just maybe. So drug-laced sweet tarts, and parents should be warned.
Not just drug-laced, folks.
Right. So there's a pair of incidents in as many months as are raising awareness about how illegal drug manufacturers are lacing candies such as sweet tarts and Smarties, a troubling trend given how children would see colorful tablets as typical treats. It's been a 2-month investigation by the Greenfield Police Department that led to a man facing 10 felony charges for being in possession of more than 100 candies, as well as several other drugs and drug paraphernalia. On Friday, 30-year-old Jeremy Smith of Greenfield was booked into the Hancock County Jail on 2 counts of dealing a controlled substance, 2 counts of dealing methamphetamine, 1 count of corrupt business influence, 3 counts of possession.
Corrupt business influence?
Oh, yes. 3 counts of possession of methamphetamines, 1 count of unlawful possession of a syringe, and 1 count of maintaining a common nuisance. He also faces misdemeanors for drug possession and maintaining a common nuisance. It's a lot of charges. So, according to the news release, sweet tarts or Smarties can become designer drugs when laced with anything from Xanax to heroin.
Wow.
Yeah. And months of investigation led the officers obtaining a search warrant for his apartment. During the search, they found candies, methamphetamines, baggies, scales, syringes, concentrated THC to be used in vapes. He was in the process of manufacturing the sweet tarts as officers arrived to search the residence.
Say what? They
Yeah.
caught him with the...
Caught him in the
Oh,
act.
shit.
Accused of making...
There's no flushing that shit then.
No, you're done. Red-handed. So, yeah, accused of making the drugs and distributing them in Hancock and surrounding counties. The Smarties and Sweet Tarts are a dangerous drug which have similar side effects to Xanax. Those drugs pose a threat to unsuspecting children who may believe them to be candy. Police said the candies found in his apartment were valued at $20,000. This is the second time in as many months that law enforcement in Indiana have had to warn residents about the drug-laced candies. In April, a 17-year-old student at Columbus High School was caught with a drug called Xanny Tarts.
So you think it was him? You think it was related to him the first time as well? They just didn't catch him?
Maybe. It's a good chance, but according to the county sheriff's office, the drugs looked like normal candy, and it would be hard to know if it's laced until eaten.
So, like, are you telling me, like, Halloween, we're gonna have to, like, extra watch our shit? Like, so,
Apparently.
are they gonna, like, do away with sweet tarts altogether for Halloween candy?
Shit, I don't know. Like, I mean, straight up, there's a picture here, too, and they're straight up, they're freaking Smarties and Sweet Tarts. Like,
Wow.
and they don't look it looks like a whole bunch of them in a bag.
Oh, man. That's kind of, I don't even know what to say, man. That's like...
It's unnerving.
That's worse than a pedophile with candy in a van with no windows.
Right. Like, as a new parent, that is unnerving.
Wow. Keep an eye out. A lookout and an eye out, I guess, for
Right.
your kids' sweet tart collection.
Trust no one.
Yeah. It's getting to that point, and it's pretty sad. I remember back in the day when you used to go trick-or-treating, and you could go trick-or-treating
Right.
until the light was on, or until the
Right.
lights went off, you know what I mean? If the porch light was off, then, you know, you didn't go to that house. And then
Right.
furthermore than that, that was when the trustworthy times where they would, like, just take one, when you really took 5.
Right. Exactly.
But at the same time, I mean, I guess that was where it all started, the dishonesty started, you know what I mean? But, I don't know, man.
I don't know.
Trick-or-treating has come so far away from what it is. They don't do it on the day no more. They don't actually do it on
It's
Halloween
nothing.
now. It's
Yeah.
like, we can't do it on Sunday because that's a religious day, so we need to... Like, I remember every time Halloween come around, when I was a kid, when Halloween come around, it didn't matter what day it was on. I remember, like, 5 years in a row, though, when I was younger, that it consecutively rained every year it seemed like every Halloween for 5 years was rain, cold, snow,
Man.
something. Because, living
But
in
then
that state
again-
up north,
Yeah, but then again.
living in that state up north, October, that's like November.
Right.
Like, really,
it gets cold quick up there.
December. It's December up there in Michigan in October. So, being at the tip. The tip.
Just the tip.
Nice.
Can I touch your tip?
Oh, boy. Anyway, don't say that too loud. Monty might get excited.
I know, right?
Maybe in the room.
Are you still in there, Monty?
He's like, whack, all over the keyboard. Shit. Trying to clean up his keyboard so he can type back. But we got Douchebag Criminals coming up, man. We got about 40 minutes left of the show. Before we get into that, though, have you guys seen the news today? In other news today, a mom shoots her 2 kids in the head and dumps them outside of her apartment. Authorities say a woman is in custody after shooting 2 of her children in the head, point-blank range in the southwest side of Ohio, city of Dayton, today. A woman has been accused of shooting 2 of her children in the head in Ohio. She's been arrested. Police say 8-year-old girl and 6-year-old boy were shot Thursday morning and are hospitalized in critical condition after and an 11-year-old daughter at the Dayton home at the time was unharmed. So 3 kids involved, 2 kids shot in the head, 1 kid left alone. It looks like mom had a favorite. That's all I can really say.
Sounds like
Police Chief Richard Belay says that the woman shot children inside of the home and then took them outside, where police and emergency crews found them in the front yard. A firearm was taken from the home, and police say there are indications the mother has mental health issues, but it hasn't been determined why the children were shot. The police chief says detectives will be conferring with the Montgomery County prosecuting attorney's office about criminal charges against her. For more information to that, you guys can look at your local Associated Press. They're going to be covering the story more on this topic as it transpires. But that's pretty crazy, man. And I know parents that got their favorites, but I don't know any parent that would go that far.
That's like...
And I don't even...
That's beyond favorites.
And I think... And I might be wrong, forgive me for saying this, but I don't think mental health issues is an excuse. And I don't think that you should be, she might have mental issues, so pat on the head, sorry, you shot your, no.
No.
Like, if the kids do die, she needs to be charged with a double homicide, and she needs to be charged appropriately, and with no jury, no nothing. She needs to...
Are they in critical condition?
Yeah, they're still in critical condition as of right now. The 8-year-old and the 8-year-old girl is in critical, as well as a 6-year-old boy, and the 11-year-old girl daughter is unharmed and doesn't know really what's going on.
Yeah.
She's still in shock, according to some of the reports.
Man.
Which
Yeah. Even if the kids do make it, God willing.
The 11-year-old was watching cartoons.
Well, but
and mom supposedly just woke up and
yeah. Just, yeah. I mean, I just don't get it. I don't get it at all.
Hey, Birdman. Hey, people. He's still alive. Everybody check it out. It's the Birdman. He is alive and well. He's in the chat room with us, listening while I work in Lucy. Working in Lucy.
Work on Lucy.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah.
Okay, making sure. I'm like, working in... Ew. Make sure you wash your hands, bro. You got
Right.
family. So we got Douchebag Criminals coming up in a little bit, man. I'm going to get something special for my man, Bird. I miss you, Bird. We miss you, Bird. I don't know what you're doing, man.
Miss your face.
I don't know what the fuck. You're too good for us now, I guess. Ugh. I don't know.
And tell your wife I love her.
I love her new haircut, bro, by the way. I do. I love Yolanda. I love your hair. Nice hairdo. Sweet. Awesome.
Apparently, I'm going to have to Facebook stalk you and see this new hairdo.
I saw it last night right before I went to bed. I kind of
That kind of sounds creepy and stalkerish.
Oh, anyway. Brand new stuff from Grindhouse called Sinner. And we're going deep with Birdman. you go. Some brand new sinner for you from Grindhouse. There you go, Bird, because you're a sinner, bitch. Just kidding. Speaking of sinners, so Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt have split up. And you know this because it's all over the place.
Everywhere.
Brad's having fun, and, well, Angelina decided that maybe she should have some fun, too. She took the kids on a shopping spree over the last couple days. And it looks like Brad Pitt's kids are growing like weeds, which is why we have come across some shots of them. And like I said, I'm working on getting some technology where we can show you what we see as we go along through the show. So by Tuesday, I should have that taken care of. And each show will be able to bring you our visual story exactly the way we see it. You're going to get a chance to see it. So that should be quite interesting coming Tuesday. But in the meantime, Angie hit up Fred Siegel Thursday afternoon in WeHo with 12-year-old Zahara by her side. The strapping young man carrying the shopping bags is believed in it. He's also believed to be about 13 now or so. And the dude was rocking a Playboy hoodie, by the way. Which, with matching kicks. Looks like the Sibs put a hurtin' on mom's credit card. So, if you guys have ever shopped at Fred Siegel, I never have.
Nope.
But we're talking like $1,000 pants.
That shit ain't cheap.
You know what I mean? And so if Angelina's not careful, someone's gonna offer these kids modeling gigs. Let's put it that way. These guys are fresh cut, fresh clean, all that stuff.
They're good-looking kids.
It really looks like she's really just trying to keep them in the corner, with the money. Like, let me buy some happiness. You think?
Maybe a
little bit.
Maybe.
I mean, to fill that gap, fill that void.
Maybe.
I don't
or,
know.
It could just be that whole they're rich as hell and they've been spoiled, so she's continuing to do it. Could be that too.
Yeah, this is true. This is true too. So, what do you have for us, Siobhan?
So, lizard tits.
2 words that I never thought I'd ever hear together in the same freaking sentence.
You heard correctly. I said lizard tits. So, a woman was found with a lizard in her bra.
I want you to close your eyes and
faces-
envision this. All right? Close your eyes and envision this as we take this magic journey.
Yes. So, she was found with a lizard in her bra, and she faces DUI charges now. She's a 39-year-old Massachusetts woman, was arrested after she allegedly vandalized not 1, not 2, but 6 mailboxes, and then crashed her car while carrying an exotic lizard in her bra. Taunton police say Amy is facing the following charges: operating a motor vehicle under the influence of liquor, driving to endanger, and marked lane violation. They say they responded to the crash on Monday around 1:30 on Staples Street, where they found the car disabled on a front lawn. Witnesses told the authorities that the woman driving the car was standing next to the vehicle, and then a man she was with jumped into the driver's side. They said they then tried to drive from the scene. Sorry, this is great. That may
Don't pee.
That may have been possible if all 4 tires hadn't been flattened in the crash, if all of the airbags hadn't deployed, and if both bumpers hadn't been ripped off, the police noted.
Wow.
Yeah.
If both bumpers would have been ripped off.
And they noted this on social media, mind you.
Leave it to the police.
Right. So, despite the damage, the police said that she'd been laughing when they approached her and told them she didn't feel the crash was that serious. She was slurring her words and at times drooling. They said that she was just shy of doubling the legal limit of .08. So, she requested that the police call a tow truck to pull her car to the roadway, and of course they refused. Sorry, Amy, we can't move the car right now, police wrote online after the crash. If we do, what will you use to hold yourself up? Stay right there, Amy. We want to speak with the guy that was trying to get your vehicle unstuck from the trees.
Cops have such smart ass attitudes on
Right?
social media. Whoever runs that social media site needs to be handed an award for smart ass of the year, because that
Yeah.
is awesome.
So the man that police later identified as 22-year-old Marvin was unable to recall his first or last name as he slurred his way through the conversation. He was feeling a little antsy and decided to move away from the vehicle, police wrote. When he did, Officer McDougall observed a butt of a semi-automatic weapon tucked into the rear of his waistband.
Say what?
Oh, yeah. So, of course, he was handcuffed, and the police recovered the gun. Later determined it was an airsoft replica and Marvin was placed in protective custody. Police
It's
also,
a cap gun. Leave me alone.
Right. It's not a real gun. I'm good. So, police also later discovered that she had been speeding at the time of the crash and struck at least 6 mailboxes, some of which went airborne and smashed into the rear window of the vehicle parked in the driveway along the way, and crossed onto the street from the lawn and wiped out the homeowner's new well cover at that. Before she was taken to the police station, she told the officer she was transporting a bearded dragon in her bra.
Aren't those endangered?
I'm not sure. No, that's Komodo dragon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The
I was
bearded
gonna say, that's a whole
ones are the
separate
ones
set of
you get at the
charges,
pet
isn't it?
store. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. The bearded ones, and those are cute.
Right.
The bearded ones are the little guys you get at the pet
Gotcha.
store. But
So much for blending into your bra. Like,
police said, "You can't make this stuff up. Where does one hold a bearded dragon lizard while driving, you ask?" Answer, in their brassiere, of course. The bearded dragon was transferred to the Taunton Police Department and turned over to animal control officers. It faces no charges at this time.
Uh-oh. Looks like we have some spelling error in the chat room.
Oh, no.
Yep.
Was that me?
No. That. You're gonna have to spell your name. Help Birdman out. In the meantime,
It's Siobhan.
did you guys hear about the Times Square crash today? Driver looked insane after plowing through the crowd of people. Richard Rojas, 26-year-old driver in custody for slamming into Times Square and killing one pedestrian, had an absolutely insane look on his face seconds after the crash. We obtained some pictures and some video that are too obscene to show you guys. So I can't show you guys that stuff due to the restrictions of social media and everything else. I can get in some trouble. But Rojas didn't get very far. He jumped out of his Honda sedan. He seemed to be attempting to run away from the death and destruction that he caused behind him. And you can also see in some of the footage the horrified victims, some of the situations going on. Some of them clinging to their young children, trying to pull their children out of the way as this car slides through. And law enforcement sources tell us that Rojas admitted smoking marijuana Thursday morning before he got behind the wheel. Police say he drove the wrong way on 7th Avenue for a few blocks before swerving onto the sidewalk at 42nd Street and accelerating through the crowd for 3 blocks. Now, if anybody who's been in New York, I stayed at the Pennsylvania Hotel, which is right across from Madison Square Garden. And that is in the main central part of downtown New York. We're talking about the heart of downtown New York, folks. 42nd Street. The Hotel Pennsylvania that I stayed at was on 44th Street. So we're talking literally 2 blocks away from this place. And he traveled 3 blocks, hitting 21 people. At least,
Crazy.
22 people. I'm sorry. Cops say Rojas has previous arrests for DWI, one in 2008 and one in 2013. His most recent arrest was earlier this year for menacing. They should have took his license then. They should have took.
Right.
I mean, I don't understand.
Well, it probably wouldn't have made a difference, though.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know how different the laws are.
I mean, really, like, how many people do you know that don't have a license, but yet they still drive?
Quite a few.
Point.
Quite a few that listen to this podcast as well. NYPD confirmed the victim who died on scene was an 18-year-old girl, and at least 22 other people were injured. They had 22 buses called to 42nd Street today.
That's
So all because this guy, quote unquote, smoked marijuana. I am an advocate. I'd say I'm an advocate for marijuana for healthy.
I'm sorry, but he had to have done something else.
It was
There-
laced
it
with
was
something.
laced with
You don't know who
something.
you
Like,
bought it from. I don't know.
I've said it for many years. I don't know anybody that's done anything more than kill a fucking bag of Doritos when they're high on weed. You know?
Yeah.
Now heroin, that's a whole nother story.
You know, it's
But I don't
or
know-
narcotics
right,
of any type.
or any
opiate
other-
addiction.
yeah,
I get
any-
that. I
yeah.
get that. Okay.
Absolutely. But I don't know anybody that's ever hurt anybody because they smoked weed.
I don't know. I know a bunch of people that I've met people that are allergic to it. I've met people that sneeze, cough, turn pink, turn red.
Right, right.
Whatever. I also know somebody who smoked. Well, when I was in college, we smoked when we were in college, and he found out that he had a heart murmur. Because he smoked and his heart rate went down so low to where it affected his heart murmur, and he didn't know.
wow.
He didn't even know that he had a heart murmur until that moment. So, I mean, I don't know.
Weed could have saved his life.
I mean, I don't
then.
know. I mean, yeah, you can look at it two ways, right? I don't know. I guess it just kind of goes to show. So, what would you guys do if? What would you guys do if somebody pissed in your mailbox? I just want.
I can't say that out loud.
Oh yeah, you can. It's a podcast.
Well, when you go around saying that you might, potentially, in theory and theoreticalness, shoot someone, it's typically not taken well.
Well, we're gonna find out here after the break. I want you guys to go over to Antman VS. Give me a like. Show me some love. I need to hit 100 subscribers on my YouTube channel so that way we can change the name of this ugly long bastard.
Yes.
Obscenely long. Make sure you guys.
We're at 86.
87.
You have 87. I have 86.
Yeah, I don't know who that is. I don't know what the one difference is, but thanks for that one difference. I appreciate you,
Right.
whoever you are.
Right.
Thank you so much. Raw Designs, ZTV Magazine, Cool Cock Whiskey, Columbus Botanical Depot, all the sponsors this evening. Thank you guys so much, man. I got some new music coming in for you right now. And let's see. We're going to pay some bills first, and we'll get some new music. We'll be right back after this.
Cold Cock American Herbal Flavored Whiskey. At Cold Cock, we believe life is about taking your shot. It's about sharing your soul with the people who care to listen, not selling it to whoever will buy it. At Cold Cock, we also believe fine spirits are truly about celebrating the greatest moments in life with true friends. And that's what we strive to put into every bottle of Cold Cock American Herbal Flavored Whiskey. So here's our best wish to whatever you raise your glass for. Take your shot. Cold Cock American Herbal Flavored Whiskey. Must be 21 to drink, and please drink responsibly.
brand new stuff. Reawaking the Realize. Wait, here we go. Reawaking to Realize. Brand new stuff.
Take control of the unknown, the world you wake until it's grown. A screaming voice, the alarm, ripping you away from safer arms. The one beside who cannot save you. So make the right moves, you will see this one through. So don't stare lower than you have to. It's all about you now. The reasons the kids come surrounding the spotlight, your shadow washes them out. Carving out your path with stone, now unafraid that you're alone, and suddenly begins to seem like you were meant for greater things. The rush it blinds those who have doubted you the most. But you remain composed, you have left your imprint. So don't stare lower than you have to. It's all about you now. The reasons the kids come surrounding the spotlight, your shadow washes them out. So don't stare to make it lower than you have to. It's all about you now. All of the reasons the kids come surrounding the spotlight, your shadow washes them out. And even when the leaves outside turn to a brighter fire, your arm is forced into facing the lines you've been tracing. All will resolve in time. So don't stare lower than you have to. It's all about you now. The reasons the kids come surrounding the spotlight, your shadow washes them out.
For more raw, beautiful, bold, head over to ztpmagazine.com. What's going on, folks? Welcome back to Antman Verses. What's going on, Siobhan?
Not too much.
Having a fun night tonight so far?
Oh, yeah.
A little bit different tonight, man. I feel like a different vibe has kind of taken over the studio this week. Changing it up, coming up with new things, trying to make it more interesting. And I think we're learning each week how to do that. Definitely.
Definitely finding ways to be more efficient.
Yeah, and I think that's all really what it's about at the end of the day. We've got a studio put together pretty nicely. Our sponsors are taking care of us nicely. Shout out to, honestly, right now, first and foremost, man, Jack Maxton Chevrolet. More importantly, my man, John Guthman from Jack Maxton Chevrolet on 161 here in Columbus, Ohio, man. Shout out to you for the new Antman Verses mobile. The Chevrolet Traverse that we just picked up from Jack Maxton Chevrolet, man. One thing that you can't deny is that Chevy delivers with gas mileage, size, efficiency, and all that. But what you don't realize is the guys, boys and girls over at Jack Maxton Chevrolet do a lot more than just buy you a car. They sit down and go to work for you. And if you want more information about how to do that, go over to Jack Maxton right now. Let them know that Antman sent you. Find my man, John Guthman. Let him know, sell me a car, because Antman said sell me a car. And he will sell you a car. And you will love that car. And you will love your interest rate, just like I love my interest rate, man. Before I met Jack Maxton Chevrolet and John Guthman, I had a 28% interest rate. all the way down to 9% just by stopping in to see them. So if you have an opportunity, man, take 5-10 minutes, stop in there, talk to John, schedule an appointment. Jack Maxton Chevrolet, Columbus, Ohio. Right there on 161, the north end of Columbus. Just Google Jack Maxton Chevrolet. You'll find them right there. So, what is it, Siobhan, about Home Depot that totally...
Attracts the crazy.
Yeah, that's really what I really want to know.
I don't know, but it does, and I got another one for it. So, a man wore a Home Depot apron to steal air conditioners.
He wore a Home Depot apron to steal air conditioners. Is that all he
That's
wore? Was
right.
just an apron?
Well, I would assume he had clothes on too, but police say a man donned an orange Home Depot apron and posed as an employee to steal air conditioners in New Hampshire. A manager noticed the name on the garment didn't match that of any worker at the store. Busted. Police arrested 53-year-old Bernardo Calana of Haverhill, Massachusetts on Saturday. He loaded 2 air conditioners into his pickup truck in Plaistow and went back inside. Manager noticed the apron with the name Shannon with flowers drawn on it and called police. Later, he told police he didn't know anything about air conditioners, but Home Depot apron was found in his back pocket. He was released on bail. The voicemail box for a listed phone number for him was full.
Wow. Thought I heard it all.
Well done, sir. You get a round of applause.
Yes, absolutely, right? How about this one? Florida man urinates in neighbor's mailbox during a dispute. So a confrontation between neighbors led to a Florida man to urinate in a person's mailbox. David Bender, the last name's perfect, Bender. David Bender, 44, was playing music too loudly for his neighbor's liking, so the neighbor called the police. And officers went to Bender's home and asked him to please, politely, turn down the volume of your music, which apparently angered Bender. The neighbor told police that he witnessed Bender, quote, walk out into the street, pulled his pants down, and point his middle finger at him, and then he urinated in his open mailbox.
Wow.
According to the affidavit filed by Sebastian Daly. So Bender was arrested, charged with criminal mischief, and taken to Indian River County Jail to pending charges. I don't really know. I mean, I'm going to wait for, like, some kind of dispute with my neighbors, and I'm not even going to be the neighbor in the dispute. I'm just going to walk out and piss in somebody's mailbox.
See what happens.
Like, I just want to raise a middle finger and
see,
piss
you
in
gotta
somebody's
be
mailbox.
careful doing that, because if there's mail in there, then that's a federal offense, because that's destruction of mail, and that's a federal offense.
It's not just... Yeah.
Yeah,
that's true.
yeah, that's technically destruction of mail. Or
Yeah.
misuse, or whatever they call it nowadays, but, you know, it's fucking with the mail. That's really all they care.
How much do you guys love Walmart?
Oh, boy.
Do you guys love Walmart? How about clumsy Walmart shoplifters? How do you guys feel about those? Well, this shoplifter falls flat on her face, loses $650 worth of stolen items while trying to outrun the employee that busted her while running.
Oh, damn.
Oh, yeah. This shoplifting crime fell a little short. A Canadian woman was caught on surveillance video sprinting out of Walmart store in Ontario with a shopping cart full of stolen items. But 2 feet and a little bit of karma caused the would-be thief to retreat to her car empty-handed. In the footage obtained by the Ontario Provincial Police, the female suspect makes a mad dash out of the front doors of the retail chain, desperately trying to get her full cart back to her car. As the woman sprints across the parking lot, she looks back over her shoulder and trips, falling flat on her face. All the stolen goods spill out across the ground. As the Walmart employee approaches the inept robber, she walks off towards her car like nothing ever happened. The woman had more than $650 worth of items in her cart. We're guessing none of them were a pair of good running shoes, though. Police also say a few days before the incident, she had stolen nearly $2,500 worth of products from the same store.
Wow.
Officers believe in both cases a woman was helped by 2 men in their 30s and 3 female accomplices in their 20s. So far, no other arrests have been made, and police are still searching for the thief. If you guys have any questions, make sure you guys contact Ontario Police immediately. Might even be a reward in there. Craziness, man. What is this world coming to, man?
Well, I was going to say maybe because she left the cart behind, it wouldn't quite be as bad for her, but then you said she stole the day before, so she's totally fucked.
I have no idea what people...
It's crazy. And of all places, you went to Walmart, I'd at least gone for Target.
Right? I mean, who knows, you know?
Better quality, at least.
Better quality.
Upscale Walmart.
So it looks like cutting jewelers and pawnbrokers has been hit again, and this is one of the jewelry stores that's overseas in the UK. This is one of the most notorious jewelry stores for epic robbings, and because they're known for housing so many high-priced jewels all the time. So, second man jailed for attempting raid at Cuttings Jewelers in Ramsgate. This is over all the way in the United Kingdom. A man who took part in a botched heist dubbed the Laurel and Hardy raid is finally behind bars. Colin Ayres failed to show up for a sentencing hearing for the failed break-in at Cuttings Jewelers in Ramsgate. Now the 28-year-old has been arrested and sent to prison for 2 years after admitting conspiracy to burgle, and the judge added another month for his breach of bail. So that's a lesson over here to anybody in the States. Like, I think the judges are going to start following overseas punishment.
Right?
Canterbury Crown Court heard the details of the comical caper, which resulted in him and Mervyn Chong abandoning their break-in before their mope smashed into a lamppost. So basically, they tried to use their getaway vehicle, their moped, smashed into a lamppost, and then they got ejected. And both, yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah, they pleaded with the judge not to punish their friend, Ayres, from Loyal Road, Ramsgate, for his stupidity. But the two-man team had planned with meticulous detail a smash-and-grab raid on the jewelers in 2013. So they've actually been planning it for quite a few years. Finally tried to execute it, and it fell apart, unwittingly, hardcore. Then they got to their robbery vehicle, a little moped, only to discover that all their hardware they couldn't wear helmets. They forgot helmets, by the way. So they took off on their moped. Ayres put a pickaxe between his legs and begun circling the jewelers in Queen Street, but was so conspicuous that 4 shoppers called 999, which is the UK version for 911, before the raid could even take place. So this idiot drove around the neighborhood with a pickaxe between his legs on a moped.
That's not at all suspicious. Like, you're good, it's cool, that's totally an everyday thing.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah. And they were about to strike, and police swooped in. In a panic to escape, Ayres, the rider, managed to steer the machine into a lamppost. The two tried to escape on foot, but were caught nearby after one of them ran into the arms of an off-duty police officer. And detectives later found out incriminating photographs on the rider's mobile phone showing pictures of the jewelers together posing for their prizes. Stupid. Yeah. And you know what's funny about it is Ayres went to run before he could be sentenced, but his co-accused pylon passenger, Mervyn Chong, was jailed for 2 years after admitting conspiracy to burgle a shop in 2013. So his buddy got caught and then flipped on him while he was in jail, which led to this whole heist being caught early. The father of 2, a former NatWest Bank cashier from Totes in England, claimed he had been recruited the day before. It turns out that prosecutor Claire Cooper said that passengers Passers-by saw the two on the moped at 9:30 a.m. with their heads and faces totally covered, other than eye slits, riding past the jewelers with
Again.
the sledgehammer between the rider's legs.
Again,
Judge-
not at all suspicious.
Judge Heather Norton's told Aries it was described by a barrister at one of the most intrepid raids ever. But people were still frightened by the whole masked marauder thing going on. But so they rode around the neighborhood with masks and on a 15-mile-an-hour moped, intimidated some people, and they called 999.
What a bunch of morons.
So if it's 999 in the UK, is it 666 in Germany? Oh, I'm probably going to hell for that.
Maybe just a little.
Oh, boy. Well, guys, I'm going to get you one more song before we get out the door, and then we're going to come back, and we're going to say some goodbyes and give some shout-outs to the people that we love so much. What kind of music you in the mood for, Siobhan?
How about something upbeat, peppy?
Peppy?
Yeah,
Peppy.
something different.
All right. How about some Red Sky? Get into this right now. Check this out.
Sounds good.
Cool. Let's see what we got here. This is going to be interesting. Brand new song, Red Sky. Hope you guys love it. Boots and pants and boots and pants. Little something different right there. You wanted something different, Siobhan. It's unique. It's upbeat in its own way, kind of instrumental-ish in a way. But we were getting ready to get out the door here. So, anybody want to give a shout out to? Quit it. Quit it. Wow.
Sorry, y'all. Being a mom is tiring, especially when your kid's in the NICU.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you work 40 hours a week. But yeah. No, I just want to, shout out to the bands that are playing at the Villa tonight, and all the bands playing at Rock on the Range. Hope they have good shows, good sets, and good vibe in the crowds.
Yeah, it's going to be a pretty awesome show tonight at the Alarosa. If you guys have a chance to get out there, man, the Rock Outlaws and Massive Tailgate presenting Rock at the Villa tonight. And my boys are going to be out there from Dread Engine, and lots of great bands are going to be out there, man. And, everybody's at the Stone Sour show right now. But everybody's getting ready to head over. So we're actually getting ready to head over there. So if you guys want to be part of the action, we'll see you over at the Alarosa Villa. Until then, thank you to ZTP Magazine, our sponsors, Raw, designsbyraw.com, Ryan Woods, Columbus Botanical Depot. Thank you, Siobhan, for hanging out.
Of course.
And Music Familia, thank you guys so much for being good to us. And thanks for all the support. Head over to antmanvs.com for more information on how to join the Music Familia. Top right-hand corner of the website, it's all the social media you need. Go ahead, hit subscribe, be part of the action, and we'll see you guys next Tuesday. 8 to 10, we'll be talking about what we did over the weekend, what you did over the weekend, douchebag criminals, new news, new music, new this, new that, new everything. And my man Ray Shank may be on the show. We'll talk about that next week. But in the meantime, AntmanVS.com. I'm your host, Antman. This is Siobhan, and we are out the door. You guys have a great week and a great rest of your couple days. We'll see you guys Tuesday, right?
Tuesday.
Yeah. Have a great weekend. Be safe at Rock on the Range, folks.
Wear that sunscreen.
SPF 40.